What's on your playlist right now?
In my class.
Go to guilty pleasure food.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Hello, my name is Uyi Effiom, and I'm a 2023 Mandela Washington Fellow here for an exchange program in public management at UC Davis. I work with a team of young volunteers in SOFA Initiative, an environmental nonprofit in Nigeria, and I teach young girls and women in the coastal communities about repurposing waste fishing nets into fabrics to use to create items for sale. This approach helps in self-empowerment and environmental restoration. As a lawyer, I'm passion-driven to advocate against the use of ghost gear and marine plastic pollution in Africa, which I am doing currently through the Fishing Net Gains project. I am delighted to be part of the 25 fellows sent to the prestigious UC Davis because of its commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship and its consistent recognition of academic excellence.
Welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. It's always an honor every year for us to host the Mandela Washington Fellows, and it's something I look forward to each year, and it's an honor for you to be selected a fellow, so congratulations. And
thank you.
We're glad to have you here at UC Davis. What interested you about the Fellows program, and what do you hope to learn during your summer here with us?
That's an interesting question. My interest, first of all, was the fellowship's emphasis on leadership programs. And it's for young entrepreneurs, young professionals. So I looked at it, I want to be a leader, and I'm young, and I'm a professional. So, of course, I should go for it. That's what really interested me. And then what I hope to gain is the fact that I would harness the skills, go back into my own sphere, and then employ the skills in doing what I need to do. Just because the most thing I need to do is to make everyone have a positive attitude towards the environment.
Well, you are indeed a young professional leader, and I think hopefully you will be able to take what you've learned here back to Nigeria and be having more impact than you've had so far. Tell us about the waste to wealth creation activity that you're involved in. What does that involve, and how has it been a successful strategy for environmental restoration in Nigeria?
Waste to wealth creation is an offshoot in the Fishing Net Gains project of SOFA Initiative. So now what I do is I get the waste nets, the abandoned, lost or discarded fishing nets from the ocean that is recovered through maybe local divers or international divers, come down, and then they process it, and then I teach the young girls and women in the coastal community, the people maybe into fisheries management or just petty traders. I try to make sure I get the women involved, the young girls involved. I teach them on how to repurpose it. What we do is with a loom machine, I get a component of what I can add to make it a fabric, which I call fishing gear fabric. I use the fabric to teach them on how to make shoes, bags, clothes, furnitures. That is to, first of all, give them to empower them, and also give them an awareness of environmental conservation.
That's really innovative.
Thank you.
And when you go in and you teach people how to make those conversions, how does that change their attitudes toward the environment and stewardship of the environment?
Okay, great. Now, the first thing I do is to actually give you an educational background, and then create this awareness sense that what you're doing is not just empowering yourself, is actually you're conserving the environment. Because all of those debris, marine debris, fishing gear, which is what I term ghost gear, is the number one contribution of marine debris. So taking it out of the water so that it doesn't entangle marine life, you should be proud of it. It's a great thing. You should be able to be proud of yourself if you are repurposing instead of burning it, which is going to cause greenhouse emission. So instead of burning it, we repurpose it. So that's for me, it's a great fit.
So they have some buy-in and they start seeing themselves as part of the solution to the environmental issues we face.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Now, you already are an attorney. You have a law degree, but you're pursuing a master's in environmental and natural resources law.
Yes.
Okay. So are there specific policies around environment and climate change that you'd like to see implemented or changed in the short term or long term?
Great. Yes. In my country, In 2021, I think there was the ban of plastic bags. And I see that to date, it's not been implemented. So I feel like having a master's in that and, pursuing it, making a career is going to help me, get a study on why these things are not done. Why are we neglecting to conserve the environment? So I've actually applied, but then when I came to UC Davis, I was like, wow, you guys are really conservative. I see a lot of, I read something about car recycle, and then I noticed that UC Davis is great on recycle. And I think I want to make a change.
Well, that's the reason you're here, right?
Yeah, I want to make a change.
Not only you're going to get that master's degree, but you're going to take what you learn here at UC Davis and have a positive impact at home. Now, what do you expect to do with all this that you're learning, say, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What would you consider success?
Great. So this Mandela Washington Fellowship is actually to hone leadership skills. So, of course, I'm going to be a global leader. So, as a global leader, you need to have a voice. And what is my voice? My voice is to amplify the fact that we need to create awareness for environmental change. This climate action is a step I want to keep doing. I want to keep making people understand that the earth is one. We have just one. We don't have a lot. We have lots of humans, but just one earth. So what are we doing to make the earth a better place? What are we doing to make water, which connects all the continents together, to be cleaner for both the marine environment and for us? So that is going to be my cause.
That's inspiring, and that's really important, and it's going to take more than 5 or 10 years, but I'm sure you're going to continue to be a champion for it. And one thing we do here in Face-to-Face is we have a little feature that we call the hot seat, and what we do is ask you some rapid-fire questions.
Okay.
And we're looking for one word, one sentence, quick answer. So are you up for that?
Great.
Okay, let's try. I heard you're an experienced chef. What is your signature dish?
Ekban kukwa.
Oh, wow.
Can you pronounce that?
I cannot, but I'd like to taste some.
It's a traditional dish in my place. Ekban kukwa.
I have heard of it, but I have never had any. I'd like to have some.
Great.
So what food have you enjoyed most since you've been here in California?
It's a Mexican dish. I can't get the name now, but it's a Mexican dish.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's
they gave
in
it to us. Jenny gave it to us yesterday. I ate it yesterday.
Okay.
It has rice, it had beans, it has lentils or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the favorite place you visited since you've been here?
The state capitol building. I got to meet with Stephen Bradford, Shirley Weber. Oh, wow, I was excited.
Wow, that's an impressive cast, and it is a really important and exciting place to visit. So,
Yeah.
Is there someone who inspires you in design or fashion?
Okay, that's really tricky. Design or fashion, I cannot get anyone because I'm not really the design person.
Okay.
But I know that I have a colleague of mine. Her name is Faith, and I like the way she dresses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. This is my favorite question I ask every guest. So what song or artist is at the top of your playlist right now?
Davido.
Okay.
Davido.
I like it. I like it. All right.
Okay.
Now I'd like to give guests a chance. It's your turn. If you want to ask me anything, you can right now.
Okay. In what way does UC Davis aim to integrate climate change actions, especially in transportation, waste management, and the utility aspects?
You know, we're actually very proud of our efforts to address climate change at UC Davis. For about 7 years in a row, we have been number one in the U.S. with respect to sustainability on the UI Green Metric rankings, and currently number 5 in the world. So we've been at this for a while and having some impact. One of the things I'm especially proud of, even as we speak, we have developed a preliminary plan for a fossil fuel-free campus. And it's actually online right now for public comment. It's going to take some time. It's going to take, probably 2040 or longer. And it's going to cost some resources, but that is our goal. We're going to look toward that goal. So that's what we're working on. One sort of major project that's taking place as a part of that is what we call the big shift, where we're converting from steam to water as hot water as a way to heat our buildings. And what that does is allow us to convert from using fossil fuels to heat the steam to electric means, emissions-free means to make the water hot. So that's a big project too. It's costing tens of millions of dollars, but we think it's well worth it.
Wow, that's a great stride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a piece of a large puzzle.
That's nice. That's nice.
Any other questions?
What role does UC Davis play in policy in the regional, national, or international sphere?
You know, we're proud of our record there as well. We were one of the early champions. One of our professors was one of the early champions of the plug-in hybrid vehicle. And that professor's research has been used statewide and nationwide. And we have an Institute for Transportation Studies here at Davis that is involved both in research and the policy aspects of getting to an emissions-free transportation system, mostly around electric vehicles, but also including hydrogen and fuel cell powered vehicles, or at least complemented vehicles as part of the strategy. So, we're trying an all hands on deck approach to this problem, and we think we're making a contribution at Davis.
It is noticed. I noticed.
Yeah.
That's great.
I appreciate it. Well, Uyi, it's been really a pleasure to have you on Face to Face. You've been delightful. We are really happy to have you and the other fellows here with us on our campus this summer, and we hope to learn from you as you learn from us, and that we can continue to be connected as we go forward. And thanks to you, everyone out there, for watching. We'll see you next time on Face to Face. Go Ags.